And a very good evening to you. Welcome to the 2021 UK's Mental Health and Wellbeing Awards. So, hello everyone. Lovely to see so many glamorous people. My goodness me, look at you guys. You look amazing. Thank you so very much. I mean, it's really you're taking your life in your hands when you say, "Oh, we're going to do a virtual black tie event." You've got no idea what you're going to come up with. And this is honestly amazing. It was wonderful to see you all. And my goodness me, you have really kind of outdone yourselves. And I'm loving the Stormtrooper outfit, I have to say. Absolutely, gosh, I'm just glad my two children are in bed. Absolutely fantastic and wonderful to see so many people here. So a very, very good, very good evening to you, and welcome to the awards that everything has happened this year to try and derail these awards. And I can only imagine and apologize how frustrating it must have been for you guys who had nominated people, nominated yourselves, because honestly, the story of this year's awards really do kind of mirror some of the impact of the pandemic that it's had on all of us. And I'm already People are already leaving. I've only been speaking for 30 seconds and already people are leaving. Right. So we're going to have a few latecomers coming in, and that's all well and good. That's all well and good. So, as I say, a very, very warm evening, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. We're here to celebrate some of the most amazing um, just good practice, outstanding people, inspirational stories. Honestly, the one thing that I can say about everything in the world that's happened in the last 18 months plus, actually, you guys shine. Honestly, if you are in this room, you should really honestly be proud of yourself. You deserve to all of you deserve an award in some different way. You've done so much, and it really showed. Obviously, we have um, we have tried to reflect some of the work that you've done during the pandemic through the new category and support throughout the pandemic, and we're hoping that that's a temporary category. We're hoping that at some point we will reach the other end of this pandemic, and we can remove that category. But the work that's continued throughout the last 18 months, and in some cases has increased, and adapted, and just shows how versatile you all are, honestly. And let's be honest, really clearly the research is showing the mental health impact of the pandemic, and I talk about kind of the mental health impact being that second wave, the second pandemic that we're going to be dealing with. And actually, I thank you all in advance, because actually, we've been through a lot over the last 18 months, but the next 18 months are going to be like nothing we in this sector have ever experienced before. And we will get through it. We always do. We will survive. We will adapt. We will shine. We will excel, as we always do as a sector. We pull together, and really kind of what's happened over the last 18 months has really shown that. But just the sheer impact of the pandemic, I'm going to say the psychological impact of the restrictions, of the precautions, of the false I'm going to say the social media posts, the positive and also the kind of the more dubious social media posts. All of these just fed into so much about the psyche. And certainly, I know that when we looked at some of the first research around mental health impact of the pandemic that came out of China, it was really apparent that we were going to see an increase in anxiety. We were going to see an increase in depression. We were going to, in some cases, see some instances of PTSD-like symptoms. And actually, if you look at the data that's coming through, then that's very much backing it up and showing that actually, some of that has very much translated into what's happening here. And certainly, my particular area of interest is in, I'm going to say, talk about social and emotional skills across the lifespan, and that's my area of research. And if you just look at the impact of the social emotional skills of children, but also of adults. I mean, we're now in a situation where we are mid-pandemic, and how close do we get to people? How, how how comfortable should we be? Should we be wearing masks? Should we not be wearing masks? Do you shake hands? Do you hug people? You know, do you kiss people? What do you do? And all of this kind of has a knock-on impact. And that was very much one of the reasons that we made a decision as a team not to run an in-person award ceremony. And I am aware that obviously there are various things that have opened up and things, but we made that decision that actually, bearing in mind that we are a mental health and well-being awards ceremony, that it was unfair to increase everyone's stress by then trying to get everyone into a crowded room in London or Birmingham or wherever we were going to hold it this year. So, I thank you for the work that you've done. I thank you for the contribution that you have all made. All of you deserve to be here. All of you have done outstanding, inspirational stuff over the past 18 months, 2 years. And honestly, it was sheer torture as a judging panel. We actually, and this is unheard of in both of the awards that I've had. We actually had to have 3 judging meetings in order to select the shortlist and to select the eventual winners. It was not an easy process at all, and certainly that very much respects the amazing work that all of you are doing. So please, very genuinely from us here, if you are in this room, you should honestly feel very proud, and be shouting from the rooftops about what you are doing, because honestly, as you know, some of the entries that did not make it through make it very clear that what you are doing is above and beyond what others are doing, and that's the important thing, and that's why we're here, and that's why we run these awards. We very much do these as a celebration of the people who are making that difference, who are putting that extra effort in to embed both support for mental health difficulties, but also supporting proactively people's well-being. And that's what we're going to go through tonight. So tonight we're going to announce the winners of the most innovative mental health intervention, the most innovative proactive well-being intervention, support during the pandemic. We are going to announce the award winners for inspirational stories, adults who have either got lived experience of mental health difficulties or those who have been affected by someone else's mental health journey. We also have this year, for the first time, opened up a public nomination where any member of the public can nominate a mental health professional, and we had an outstanding response from the public. And honestly, again, it just shows how much the public, how much your clients, how much your service users respect what you are doing. So if you were nominated, as a professional, and you received an email or a letter from me, saying that you'd been nominated, then the fact that someone has taken that time to nominate you really kind of does show just how much they respect the work that you are doing. And also we're going to announce the outstanding contribution to the sector 2021 awards to finish off the evening. So I'm going to now pass over to Gemma, who's going to announce our first shortlist.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here. You should all be super proud of yourself. But the shortlisted entries for the most innovative mental health intervention are counselling for musicians, counselling and mental health awareness training in the music industry, creative support, using football as a vehicle for mental health support and personal development opportunities, free your instinct, using Parker classes to support mental health and well-being, I'm gonna wait for it. KIM Inspire, a multidisciplinary client-led support. Ludus Dance, using dance to support inpatients. Manchester Attack Support Group Programme, support for those affected by the Manchester Arena bombing. Suicide Crisis, support with crisis centres, home visits and emergency phone lines in Gloucestershire. And finally, the Link Red Car, therapeutic services for children and their families in Tees Valley.
Thank you, Gemma. And I apologise to the Manchester Attack Support Programme, where we've accidentally missed out your slides, so I apologise. Right, so this was the category the judges started with, and this was the first category that caused us so many difficulties. And I have to say, incredibly hard, so much excellent work being done, but we ultimately do have to pick a winner, and it's our great pleasure to announce that the winner of the most innovative mental health intervention is Suicide Crisis. It's a wonderful, wonderful clapping going on. So do we have anyone from Suicide Crisis that could just pop on screen and just respond? Have we got anyone? Please unmute yourself if you have.
I'm Joy. I'm the founder of Suicide Crisis and the chief executive, and I've got a couple of my colleagues here online as well. And just to say, I haven't prepared anything, so it's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful surprise. Back in 2012, when I thought about setting up a suicide crisis centre and a trauma centre, many people were sceptical because I was a recent psychiatric patient who'd experienced suicidal crisis myself, and many people thought that it would never get off the ground, and if it did, that it might last 6 months. And here we are many years later, with a wonderful team who are so dedicated. I have Hilary and Tim also here tonight, and they have done wonderful work over many, many years. We've got just such a strong and wonderful team, and thank you so much. This means so much to us, particularly because of how hard it's been during the pandemic and the increased number of people in suicidal crisis. We've been able to carry on our face-to-face crisis support throughout the pandemic by going out to people's homes and seeing people in crisis in their own homes. So this means so much to us, and we're so grateful. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and our absolute congratulations, and thank you for the work that you do. Absolutely inspirational. I can see from everyone's faces. So thank you very much, Joy.
Thank you.
And now I'm going to hand back to Gemma, where we go through the most innovative, proactive wellbeing intervention shortlist.
Absolutely. So the shortlisted entries for the most innovative, proactive wellbeing intervention are Black Dog Outdoors, using climbing, there we go, have to bear with us guys, sorry, using climbing, paddleboarding and hill walking amongst others to support well-being. Mindset Sports, a free toolkit for amateur sports clubs. Newcastle United Foundation, using football to drive a mental health campaign, Be a Game Changer. On Hand, a corporate volunteer matching app that is designed to boost employee morale and well-being.
Thank you, Gemma. Now, again, so hard. All of these are so hard because you guys are just frankly amazing. The work that you do is absolutely inspirational. Now, the winner for this category is Black Dog Outdoors. So congratulations, Black Dog. Have we got anyone from Black Dog in the room? No? Have we not got anyone from Black Dog? My goodness me. If you're from Black Dog, please unmute yourself.
We have. Andy's there. Hey! He's talking, but
he's muted. Oh, that's the story. It's the story of the pandemic, isn't it? You're on mute. Thank you, Ian.
It'll be me then in that case.
It will be you, Ian. Thank you very much for jumping in.
Well, unaccustomed to public speaking as I am, absolutely gobsmacked. We totally didn't expect this. Totally unprepared. We've just been busy getting people outdoors, benefiting their well-being by introducing them to climbing, hill walking and paddle sports. It's been a absolute snowball. We started, so I'm getting quite emotional here as well. We started off just by setting up a signposting website, took everyone out for a walk for the first time, and it's absolutely just snowballed from there. Just wow, thank you very much.
Our absolute pleasure, and well done to all of you for the work that you do. So thank you. Now, I'm going to pass back to Gemma for the very, very complicated long list of entries and shortlist for support during the pandemic.
Okay, so the shortlisted entries for support during the pandemic. Here we go. So Bedford Borough Council, bringing together groups and organisations to develop and promote physical activity. Then we've got Boys in Mind, Girls Mind too, promoting mental health awareness for young people through young person developed films. Defence Medical Welfare Service, support for the armed forces, veterans, NHS staff and emergency services, the Merchant Navy and their immediate families. Midlands Partnership NHS Foundation Trust and Mental Health Matters. So that's supporting discharge from hospital during the pandemic. Mindful Minute London, a service user nomination for the support they received during the pandemic. Nordoff Robbins Music Therapy for their Isle of Wight choir project. Northwest Boroughs Healthcare and Mental Health Matters for their Virtual Haven Crisis Cafe for those in distress. Oakleaf Enterprise, counselling for university and college students. Oldham College for their trauma-informed approach. On Hand, a corporate volunteer app. Open Arts from Essex NHS Trust, resourcing and delivering home-based art therapy. PANDAS, perinatal mental health support. Pebble Ridge Practice, online therapeutic services. Publicist Group UK, development and delivery of a strategy to support staff wellbeing during the pandemic. Santander UK, support and response to staff needs. The Link Redcar, therapeutic services for children and families in Tees Valley. And Voda North Tyneside, delivery of little boxes of hope, including self-care resources, contact details for services, affirmations and craft materials.
Thank you, Gemma. Now, this one was incredibly difficult. I talk about the others being hard. This was the hardest. There's such a diverse range of outstanding work being done, and honestly, everyone on the shortlist would deserve to win this in many different ways. And for us as a judging panel, you know, we had to look at it from different viewpoints. We had to kind of talk through the impact. We had to understand kind of what's being submitted, what was being spoken about, and also kind of the ability for the entrants to respond to the changing situation in the pandemic as well. Because let's be honest, certainly at this end, no 2 weeks have been the same as we've kind of gone through this journey, and you're always kind of having to pivot one way or the other. And so for us, it was a very tough decision, and we have in this support during the pandemic category, we have actually selected 3 winners, which is unheard of in our awards. 3 winners for this. So without further ado, the winners are, adding some dramatic tension, just because I'm reaching for my notes. So the winners for support during the pandemic are Bedford Borough Council, On Hand and Nordoff Music Therapy. So congratulations to the 3 organisations Now, first of all, I'm going to add some order into this point. Have we got anyone from Bedford? Let's start off. Let's do this in the correct order. Have we got anyone from Bedford joining us? No. So I will pass on unless anyone's going to raise their hand. In which case, I'll just pass on straight away to On Hand. Have we got anyone from On Hand? And no one from On Hand either. Right. And Nordorf. I know there's someone from Nordorf here.
Hello, yes.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, I'm completely overwhelmed. This was totally not expected at all. I'm delighted to receive this award on behalf of the National Music Therapy charity, Nordoff Robbins, for delivering a music therapy service at Mountbatten hospices in Isle of Wight and Southampton throughout the pandemic. Just to give you a bit of background to this project, basically for many months, the hospice's busy psychosocial program and day centre services were suspended, and the on-site services comprised only essential care needs. So the music therapy service moved online, and a number of music groups continued to run over Zoom, including the hospice's large community choir, offering relief from the social isolation experienced by so many of us. And we recorded and released a song entitled One Day Soon, which was composed over Zoom by Mountbatten Young Adults Group. It was an outstanding and exciting achievement for all. And music did its magical work of connecting, uplifting, enlivening, enabling, despite the limitations of online working. Everybody involved deserves credit for this award. And on behalf of Nordoff Robbins, I'd like to thank all the patients and service users who participated in the sessions, the staff and volunteers who facilitated them, Nigel Hartley, Chief Executive of Mountbatten Group, and also the filmmaker Chris Waite, who generously offered his time and professional expertise to help bring the video and the song together. I was deeply inspired and moved by the enthusiasm, innovation, and creativity of so many who believe in the transforming power of music. Thank you.
Thank you, Fraser. Thank you. And I will just give a last chance for anyone from Bedford or from On Hand. No. Well, thank you very much. And thank you, Fraser, for stepping forward then. And congratulations to all three winners. Honestly, as I say, that was one of the decisions that we had to come back to several times in order to select. And even then, just getting it down to three was incredibly hard. So we've moved on, and we're moving on now from the services to the individuals who are involved. And actually, let's be honest, in our journey, in our work lives, in the work that we do, it always comes down to the individuals who are involved and how they work with others. And the next category that we've put in around the inspirational stories was very much founded and developed on the basis that actually, people whose lives have been affected by mental health actually are doing some amazing inspirational stuff to impact the lives of others. And so we wanted to celebrate those stories. We wanted to share those stories and just give some prominence to the individuals who are transforming lives. So I'm going to hand over to Gemma to go through the shortlist.
Okay, thank you. So nominated for the inspirational stories, we have firstly Harry Bliss, an individual who was driven by the loss of his friend and mentor. Antonia KG Mosey, an individual who was spurred by the loss of her child to start several charities for women. Gerge Jill, an individual using her journey through overcoming cancer to inspire. Kate Rogers, an individual who has written a play and uses drama for her experiences. Kimberly Woodman, an individual who was spurred by the loss of her child to set up a foundation to provide ray of light packs in maternity units. Nicholas Jametta, an individual who has used his hidden mental health journey to encourage workplaces to be more mental health friendly. Ruth Holroyd, an individual who used her mental health experience of severe allergies to write a book to help others. Stacey Llewellyn, an individual who used her experience to write a book to help others, especially Black women. Stephanie Gillen, an individual who has used her experience to raise thousands of pounds for mental health charities. Steve Carr, an individual who's used his experience to set up a mental health company. And then finally, Zainab Soawan, an individual who has made a difference to many others through their membership of steering groups and being an advocate for others.
Now, every single person who has been nominated in this category had a story to tell, and it was really clear kind of the impact they were having. Remember, in these categories, people cannot self-nominate. These people have not put themselves forward. They've been put forward, sometimes in complete secrecy. Sometimes I'm aware that people haven't been able to hold it in and have told them, have shared that secret. But some of these stories absolutely amazing. There's so many powerful stories there. And so if you were nominated in this category, honestly, thank you very much for the work that you do, for the impact that you have. Thank you on behalf of the person who nominated you. Thank you on behalf of the people whose lives you change, because actually all of you deserve to be here, and that's really apparent. And that's one of the reasons that I'm so proud to chair these awards, because actually it's people like you that make the difference. Now, for this category, we have 2 winners. And so for their inspirational stories, for the impact that they have on others, we are delighted to announce the winners are Harry Bliss and Kate Rogers. So congratulations to Harry and to Kate. Now, I know that Harry unfortunately can't be with us this evening. Have we got Kate in the room?
Oh, yeah. Put me off mute. Put me off mute. Am I off mute?
You're off mute.
You're off mute, Kate, yes.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Because I started telling my story of being chained to a bed in a mental institution 36 years ago, which means I've been telling my story longer than some of you have been alive looking around this lovely group. And I can only say that when I started, I was a lonely voice in the prairie. And now look at our community. We have come so far in what I believe in my lifetime of mental illness and whatnot. I'm honored and humbled, and I congratulate us all for being here. Thank you.
Well, no, thank you, and well done, and congratulations.
Can I have Harry's 45 seconds?
Absolutely. And I do know that Harry was very, very upset not to be able to make it here. But yeah, thank you very much. And honestly, sincere congratulations. My goodness me. Right. Well, moving on to the next category. Nomination for professionals. This is a new category, I believe this year, where we asked the public to nominate a professional who had made a difference to them and to tell their story and the story of others as well, and to find out, how actually professionals had impacted other people. And so this category is again just a real testament to the quality of mental health professionals like yourselves who are making that impact. So I'm going to pass over to Gemma to read this shortlist.
Okay, so the public nominated a number of professionals from across the country, and these are Alex Blythe, a service manager from Praxis Care for his support of a client. Annalise Baker, client services manager at Oakleaf Enterprise. Faiza Khan, an assistant psychologist working in the pandemic staff. Dr. Huda Unas, a GP having a wider impact than their practice. James Luckman, or Papa Luckman as he is known, is a project manager at Southampton City Council, nominated for his support for staff, including a virtual fitness club from his garage. Joe Key, the project manager for Open Arts. Jodie Heath, for her support of patients and carers of children on the autistic spectrum. John Collins, a team manager at Derby College, for his support of staff mental health. Kenny Morella de Cruz, for setting up men's groups in response to the pandemic. Laura Price, a scheme manager from Praxis Care, nominated for staff and client support. Marion Baker, a psychologist supporting parents. Rochelle Rajan, a play therapist who partnered with a town community trust to have a wider impact. Steve Carr, an individual who has used their experience to set up mental health companies. And Sue Bell, the founder of Kids Inspire, who exists to support children and families to overcome trauma.
Wow, just some amazing professionals there. And it is my great delight to announce that the winner of the public nominations for a professional is Sue Bell. So congratulations, Sue.
Thank you. I am actually in complete shock.
I could tell from your face, I could tell from your reaction.
I wasn't expecting that at all. Thank you. It's a huge honour actually to be in this space with so many like-minded people. And Kids Inspire is 14 years old this September, and during a 12-month period of the pandemic, we supported 3,499 children and young people and their families, all hugely impacted by the pandemic. So yeah, I'm absolutely delighted and completely shocked, but thank you so much for this huge honour.
Well, thank you, Sue, and well done, and congratulations. Now, the final category for this evening is by no stretch of the imagination a massive category. Here, the judges in the outstanding contribution to the mental health and wellbeing sector, here the judges are looking for people who have been nominated for their impact over time, not just doing their job, but for actually having that wider impact, supporting other services, supporting service users in other organizations, improving the quality of provision in an area, so they're having a wider impact than just what they're paid to do. And this is in no way a long service category. And actually, it was one of the earliest questions we were asked, was whether it was about long service. No, this category is about having that wider impact than just their role. And people who put forward for this category need to be nominated, and we expect to see evidence from multiple voices about the impact they are having. So honestly, this is the hardest category to be entered for. This is the hardest category to be shortlisted for, but we do have a shortlist. So I'm going to hand over to Gemma.
Okay, so the nominations for outstanding contribution to the sector are Alison Donkin, a life recovery worker from Voda North Tyneside. Annalise Baker, client services manager at Oakleaf Enterprise. And finally, Jodie Evans, a senior area manager at St Alban Nurseries Limited.
Thank you, Gemma. And this, as I say, is one of the hardest ones. So if you are on the shortlist, then our congratulations. But there needs to be a winner. And actually, with this, the judges actually opted for 2 winners. So our congratulations go to Alison and Annalise. Congratulations. Now, do we have Alison in the room, first of all? Have I got Alison? Oh, I don't think I have. Well, Annalise, I know I've seen your name.
Hi, I'm here. Thank you.
Wow. Well, congratulations, Annalise.
Thank you. I'm really shocked, and yeah, that's really kind. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, that's all right. And congratulations.
Can I just say, I work with Annalise and she's so humble. She has been incredible for the service and the charity Oakleaf, and she has gone above and beyond and worked just such long hours and just held everyone together in her team during such a difficult time, supporting hundreds of people. So yes, I just wanted to say that.
No, thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. And congratulations once again to both Alison and to Annalise. And, you know, actually, as I say, congratulations to all of you. Oh, Alison is here.
Yes.
Yay! With an adoring fan group.
I'd just like to say a massive thank you. I do know that some of the people in the room this evening were responsible for the nomination, and it's just absolutely amazing with people around like this. And it's not just what I've done, it's what the volunteers at NT Life College have done as well, and they just keep me inspired. And they're all laughing because they knew I'd be upset, but thank you so much. Thank you very much. And thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And that's what I feel we miss by not being in a room together, is we miss that applause and that well done. Absolute congratulations. And I know from the nomination just how much your work means. So thank you very much. My goodness me. Wow. What an evening, I have to say. It's been just amazing. Just honestly, the awards have been just hurdle after hurdle to get through them this year, but these stories need telling, and some of the work that we're doing at a national level is trying to share these stories to a wider population, and some of the work that's going on at a strategic level is feeding in some of the stories that are coming out from these awards into the contact we have, and into the wider circulation. And so actually just having you all in the same room is honestly amazing. I know, appreciate it's a virtual room, but it's honestly inspirational just having you all here, because just the work that you guys do is amazing. And every time I look at the entries, I honestly feel just so small compared to the work that you guys do. So honestly, if you are in this room, then you should be absolutely thoroughly proud of yourselves. And I'm going to raise a glass to you, and I'm going to say cheers to everyone. So everyone grab a hold of a glass. I don't care if it's empty or full or a teapot. I don't care at this point. Make sure you're holding something. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, cheers. Excellent. Well done. Fantastic. Now, the nominations for next year will open on the 1st of January. So please do. And maybe next year we might be in person. We will see. But my sincere congratulations to all of the winners. My thanks to everyone that's been nominated. My thanks to anyone who did the nomination. And also my sincere thanks to the judging panel, some of who I know are here, and also to my team, to Gemma for doing an outstanding job at hosting this evening. Can we have a round of applause, a virtual round of applause, please, for Gemma, because she's been amazing. And so she's such a wonderful ambassador for the awards. She really is. So thank you very much for everyone. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave the chat open for another 5 minutes. If you want to chat, if you want to share, if you want to connect with anyone, I'm going to leave the chat open for another 5 minutes. And I'm going to wish you a very, very successful 2022. Let's make this the year that actually, the 21 to 22, let's actually make this the year that we turn around So I will see you next year. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you, Gemma. Lovely evening.
Yay.
Thank you. That's all right.
Thank you.
Our absolute pleasure.